Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm very happy that you are here today. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for joining us. If you have listened before, welcome back. Every time you listen to English, you are helping yourself become better. Maybe today you are listening while drinking coffee. Maybe you are walking outside. Maybe you are driving to work. Or maybe you are relaxing at home. Wherever you are, thank you for spending your time with me. Today we are going to talk about something that can change your life. This idea is simple. Anyone can do it. You do not need a lot of money. You do not need special skills. You do not need to be perfect. You only need one thing. You need consistency. Have you ever started something with excitement? Maybe you wanted to learn English. Maybe you wanted to exercise every morning. Maybe you wanted to read more books. At first, everything felt exciting. You had a lot of energy. You made a plan. You felt ready. Then something happened. Life became busy. You felt tired. You missed one day. Then another day. Slowly, you stopped. Does this sound familiar? Don't worry. It happens to almost everyone. Today we will learn why small steps create big success. More importantly, we will learn how to keep going. By the end of this lesson, I hope you will believe that small daily actions can change your future. Let's begin. So, what is consistency? Consistency means doing something again and again over time. It means you continue even when you do not feel excited. It means you keep moving forward. Some days are easy. Some days are difficult. But you keep going. Many people think success comes from doing something big. They believe they must study for many hours every day. They believe they must work harder than everyone else. But that is not always true. Success usually comes from many small actions. Imagine you plant a small tree. On the first day, nothing changes. On the second day, you still see almost nothing. 1 week later, the tree is still very small. You may think it is not growing. But something important is happening. The roots are growing under the ground. You cannot see them. But they are becoming stronger every day. Then, after many weeks, the tree begins to grow taller. One day, it becomes strong and beautiful. Your learning works the same way. Every time you practice English, your brain is growing. You may not notice it today. You may not notice it tomorrow. But after many weeks, you will understand more. You will remember more words. You will speak with more confidence. That is the power of consistency. Now let's think about learning English. Many students ask me, how can I become fluent? Some people think there is a secret. They think successful learners know something special. The truth is much simpler. Successful learners do not always study more. They study more often. There is a big difference. Imagine two students. Anna studies English for 4 hours on Saturday. Then she does nothing for the rest of the week. David studies only 20 minutes every day. Who will improve faster? Most of the time, David will. Why? Because his brain practices English every day. His listening becomes stronger. His memory becomes stronger. His confidence grows little by little. Small daily practice is much better than one very long study session. Let's look at another example. Imagine you want to save money. Every day, you put $1 into a jar. $1 does not seem like much. After 1 week, you have $7. After 1 month, you have about $30. After 1 year, you have hundreds of dollars. You did not become rich in one day. You became richer because you continued. Learning works exactly the same way. Every new word is like $1. Every podcast is like $1. Every page you read is like $1. Little by little, your English becomes stronger. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever watched a baby learn to walk? At first, the baby falls. Then the baby stands again. The baby falls many times. But the baby never says, "I will never walk." The baby keeps trying. One day, the baby walks. Later, the baby runs. Learning English is very similar. You will make mistakes. Sometimes you will forget words. Sometimes you will not understand everything. That is completely normal. Mistakes are not the opposite of learning. Mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. So do not be afraid of mistakes. Welcome them. Learn from them. Then keep going. Another important question is this: why do many people stop? The answer is simple. They want fast results. Today, we live in a very fast world. We order food quickly. We watch short videos. We receive messages in seconds. Because of this, we also want quick success. But real learning is different. It takes time. Think about cooking rice. If you stop cooking after only 2 minutes, the rice is not ready. You must wait. You must give it time. Learning English also needs time. You cannot become fluent in 1 week. But if you continue every day, you will be surprised by your progress. Many successful people have one thing in common. They do not quit when progress feels slow. They trust the process. They believe that today's work will help tomorrow. This is a very powerful idea. Sometimes your progress is invisible. But invisible progress is still progress. Think about the sun rising in the morning. When you look at the sky for 1 minute, it looks the same. But after 1 hour, everything is different. Change happens slowly. Your English changes slowly too. That is why patience is so important. Patience and consistency work together. One without the other is not enough. If you are patient but never practice, nothing changes. If you practice for only 1 day, nothing changes. But when patience and consistency work together, amazing things happen. So remember these simple ideas. Small actions matter. Daily practice matters. Mistakes are normal. Progress takes time. Most importantly, never stop believing that your effort is making a difference. Even when you cannot see it. Even when you feel tired. Even when learning feels difficult. Keep going. Because every small step you take today is helping the future version of yourself become stronger, smarter, and more confident. And that is something truly wonderful. Building strong habits and never giving up. Now that we understand what consistency means, let's talk about something very important. How can we stay consistent? Many people know what they should do. But they do not always do it. Why? Because life is busy. Sometimes we feel tired. Sometimes we feel bored. Sometimes we simply forget. This happens to everyone. The good news is that you do not need to be perfect. You only need a simple plan. The first step is to make your goal small. Many people make very big plans. They say, "I will study English for 3 hours every day." For a few days, they do very well. Then they become tired. Soon they stop. Instead, choose something easy. Study for 10 minutes. Read 1 page. Learn 5 new words. Listen to 1 short podcast. A small goal is easier to continue. When something feels easy, your brain does not fight against it. You simply begin. After many weeks, that small habit becomes part of your daily life. Another helpful idea is to choose the same time every day. Maybe after breakfast. Maybe before bed. Maybe during your lunch break. When you practice at the same time, your brain begins to expect it. After some time, it feels natural. You no longer ask yourself, "Should I study today?" You simply do it. Let's think about another example. Imagine you want to water a flower. If you give it a little water every day, it grows healthy and strong. If you forget for many days, the flower becomes weak. Our habits are like that flower. They grow when we care for them every day. Now I want to tell you a story. This story is about a young woman named Sarah. Sarah worked in a bakery. Every morning she woke up at 5 o'clock. She worked long hours. When she came home, she felt tired. She wanted to improve her English. But every evening she said, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. One day, Sarah made a different decision. She did not promise to study for hours. She promised herself only 10 minutes each day. Every evening she listened to one short English lesson while drinking tea. She kept a small notebook beside her. Whenever she heard a new word, she wrote it down. She learned words like customer, bread, smile, fresh, and morning. At first, she remembered only a few words. But she continued. Every day she added a few more. 1 month later, she noticed something interesting. She understood more English videos. She could read simple menus. She felt happy. 3 months later, tourists visited the bakery. One customer smiled and asked, "Do you have chocolate cake?" Before, Sarah would have felt nervous. This time she smiled. "Yes," she answered. "It is very fresh." The customer thanked her. They talked for a few minutes. When the customer left, Sarah felt proud. She did not become confident in one day. She became confident because she practiced every day. Her success came from many small moments. Not one big moment. That is the real power of consistency. Now let's talk about another challenge. Sometimes we compare ourselves to other people. Maybe your friend speaks English better. Maybe someone learns faster. That is okay. Everyone has a different journey. Imagine two people walking up a mountain. One walks quickly. The other walks slowly. If both keep walking, both can reach the top. The important thing is not your speed. The important thing is that you keep moving. Another helpful habit is to celebrate small victories. Did you finish today's lesson? Wonderful. Did you learn one new word? Excellent. Did you practice speaking for 5 minutes? That is progress. Be proud of yourself. Small victories become big success. Sometimes you will miss a day. Do not worry. One missed day is not failure. Simply begin again tomorrow. Never let one small mistake become a reason to quit. Remember this simple idea. Missing one day is an accident. Stopping forever is a choice. Always choose to begin again. You can also make learning more enjoyable. Watch simple English videos. Listen to songs. Read short stories. Talk with a friend. Describe your day in English. Learning should not feel like a punishment. It should become part of your life. Let's review what we have learned today. Consistency means showing up again and again. Small actions become big results. Daily practice is stronger than waiting for motivation. Mistakes help us grow. Simple habits are easier to keep. Progress takes time. Most importantly, never give up after one difficult day. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one final thought. Imagine your future self 1 year from today. What would you like to see? Would you like to understand English movies? Would you like to speak with confidence? Would you like to travel without fear? Those dreams are possible. But they begin today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. One lesson. One page. One conversation. One small step. That is enough. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once made mistakes. Every successful person once had a first day. So never be afraid to begin. Believe in yourself. Believe in your daily effort. Trust the process. Your progress may be slow. But slow progress is still progress. Every day you practice, you are building a better future. Every new word makes you stronger. Every sentence gives you more confidence. Every lesson brings you closer to your goal. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope this lesson helped you understand the power of consistency. If you ever feel tired or discouraged, come back and listen again. Sometimes we all need a small reminder to keep going. Take care of yourself. Keep learning. Keep smiling. Keep believing in your dreams. And most importantly, keep taking one small step every single day. I believe in you. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.